What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Nation show, Transformers 4 Edition. This is just a web series where I talk about all things that matter to me for the production of the fourth installment of the live-action Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 27, and as usual, a lot has been going on because they started filming in Detroit a few days ago. They started filming on Monday, so there's a lot going on. But before we talk about that, let's talk a little bit about China. Now, in the last two episodes, I was talking about China, and I'm really fascinated with the fact that China is involved with the production of Transformers 4 because I was always wondering, is it just going to be like some background scenes with China in it, and are they just going to use buildings as just trying to attract tourists or something like that? And is it just only going to be in the film for a few minutes? Well, apparently a lot is going to happen there. Apparently there's going to be some robot rumble action. Things are going to blow up, including some of those landmarks still in Beijing. They are filming in Beijing. And also Michael Bay himself confirmed that a huge portion of the film will actually take place in China. It plays a very significant role in the story. So that is actually very fascinating to me. What could possibly happen in China? Who knows, but it's going to be really exciting. And another thing that he mentioned is that he's not going to be pulling an Iron Man 3. What Iron Man 3 did is that they filmed a lot of scenes in China, but they never put any of those scenes in the American version of the film. They're not going to do that with Transformers 4. Iron Man 3 had two versions, a Chinese version of the film, which is like the Chinese cut of the film, and also the American version, which is what most of us saw. The Chinese cut of the film included more of those scenes with the Chinese actors and of course the scenes that take place in China. Transformers 4 won't be that. There will only be one version confirmed by Michael Bay himself. So the version you see in China, the version you see in UK, North America, all that, it'll be the same version. So there you have it. Anyways, let's move on to talking about Detroit, and I got some news from Twitter followers. And let's start off with a little bit of info from Michael Sanders. And I'm just repeating information here. I'm not exactly confirming any of it. I'm just relaying information to you guys from all these Twitter followers. Michael Sanders tweeted at me and said that the names of the characters for Jack Rayner and Nicola Peltz have been revealed. They will be Tessa and Shane. Now, I can't confirm or deny any of this. I'm just relaying information. So very cool names. Now, the next information comes from Twitter follower TF4, and he tweeted at me two photos, and that would be this explosion scene. I don't see any Autobots or Decepticons around, but I do see a trailer with like some kind of pipes or logs on it, and it's blowing up in the city. So when they filmed this, I don't know, but apparently it took place a few days ago. So there you have it. And also from TF4, he also tweeted at me some photos from AdamGrumble.com's photo album, and that would be the photo of these lineup of vehicles. That would include a pair of Humvees and a pair of Rally Fighters. Now the Humvees are all painted matte black, just like the Rally Fighters, and they're also painted matte black. And another thing is that while the Humvees look identical, the two Rally Fighters aren't. They got different markings on them, different decals, and also one of them's got a roll bar and also this bar on top of it while the other one doesn't. Now this makes me believe that there's going to be two Rally Fighters, and one of them's they're both drones. Not one of them, but both of them. They're going to be Decepticon drones like the Dreads. Remember the Dreads? There was three of them, but they all had the same vehicle mode. I'm thinking that the same concept is going to apply here in Transformers 4, and by doing that, that allows for more Decepticon fodder. You know, the Autobots can take them out, and we won't really care about them because they're really you know, they're just insignificant characters. So that's really cool because that allows for some really cool robot-on-robot violence. So awesome stuff, and thanks for those tweets. Now I'm going to show you another photo, and this came from Twitter, 13ABC, and he tweeted a photo of Hound and Optimus Prime wrapped up under a tarp, and this was filmed at Adrian, Michigan. So really exciting stuff. They're obviously filming some stuff with the Autobots in it there. It's great to see Hound from different angles because it is a very significant and unique type of military vehicle. I've never seen anything like that, and I'm most excited to see what Hound looks like, even as a robot mode and a vehicle mode. So very cool. Now, some other stuff has been going on, and that is in other parts of Michigan or Detroit. Actually, I don't even know where this took place, but apparently a 1965 and a 1969 GTO are going to be in the movie. And these two vehicles, these classic muscle cars, actually belong to a private owner. It's not from like some sort of like car collection or a depot or anything like that, but it belongs to a private owner. I think the production put out like a casting call for vehicles or people who own vehicles, and they'd like to use a specific type of vehicle like the GTOs in the movie, and they're going to be in the movie, and apparently they're going to belong to Mark Wahlberg's character. And if they belong to Mark Wahlberg's character, he is apparently some muscle car enthusiast. Now, the way they look is very interesting. They're painted red and black, and you know, if they did not mention that this is going to be Mark Wahlberg's character's two muscle cars that he owns, then there's obviously no chance of it being a Decepticon or Autobot, because we always assumed that when you see like a really interesting looking car in a Transformers 4 set, you automatically assume it's going to transform. Now, I don't think it's going to transform. I just think they're going to be normal vehicles. There's already a lot of vehicles in this movie, but you know, that's not saying that there isn't that possibility. I can't confirm or deny any of this stuff. I'm just showing you what the heck is going to happen, or what is going to appear in the movie. Now, if they're going to end up being Decepticons, you might as well make them Duocons. You can imagine that. A 1965 and a 1969 GTO combined, one robot mode. Pretty awesome, right? But who knows if that's even going to happen. Alright, so we got rally cars, we got GTOs, we got Humvees. What else do we have here? Well, there is also the big announcement of a new vehicle that is going to be in the movie, and it's a sleek and very fast vehicle, and this announcement was made officially by Michael Bay himself, and that would be a Pagani Huayra. I've never heard of this car, but it's an Italian vehicle. I think it's an Italian vehicle. It's an exotic. It's a supercar, and it's a 700 horsepower, and it's $1.3 million, and it's named after the ancient god of wind. So, which means that it's going to go really, really fast. Now, it is red with black. Could it be Hot Rod? I don't know, but the Autobots team is already quite sizable already, so I don't think it's going to be an Autobot. I think that it's going to be a Decepticon, most likely a Decepticon, because Michael Bay keeps on talking about this is going to be a chase from hell. So we might as well have, you know, some really fast cars chasing this other bunch of fast cars. Pretty cool stuff. I'm really excited about this stuff, but I can't help but think that there are just too many fast and sleek cars and shiny cars in this movie. This movie, I'm afraid, might even feel like just a shiny car commercial. There's so many fast cars in this vehicle to the point where I think that, okay, it's a little bit overkill. I'm just being completely honest here. While they look cool and I get like initially excited when I see these photos, I just think that there's just a lot of shiny cars in this vehicle. I'd like to see some more, you know, classic cars, the ones that, like, not necessarily ones from the 60s or 70s, but the ones that we recognize, the ones that we see on the streets, so they can be robots in disguise. Now, the big question I have is not necessarily who this vehicle is going to be, because I'm assuming it's going to be a Stunticon like Wild Rider or Breakdown, but my big question is, where do all these sleek cars come from? Do they just have protofarms landing in like exotic car dealerships or something like that? Like, where do they all come from? Are they even gonna like do that kind of like the, what do you call it, the scanning, or are they just gonna like be there and not explain where exactly they came from or how they came to be? Like, who knows? I don't even know if they're going to explain all that. Maybe the Decepticons are just going to rise up from the ground. Who knows? Anyways, that's really exciting stuff. Who do you think the Pagani Huayra is going to be? I don't know, but let me know in the comment section below. I'm just going to say Breakdown or Wild Rider. I don't think it's going to be Dead End. The reason why is because there's already a toy for Dead End, and that would be in the Revenge of the Fallen Hasbro toy line, and Dead End is a black version of the Audi R8 that was made famous by Sideways. Alright, so like, you got to know that when you when the production is happening, Hasbro needs to know what kind of characters are going to be in the movie, because they got to make the toys. They actually need to know before the final script is out. So Michael Bay has to pick the characters. He got to pick which ones he's going to use, so Hasbro can start working on the designs and toys, right? So Hasbro does have a say in which characters do end up in the movie, and with Hasbro obviously already have made like they already made or produced a Dead End toy, like an action figure toy, there's a possibility that the Pagani Huayra won't be dead end. So I'm thinking breakdown or wild rider. Anyways, let me know in the comments section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook to Ragin Nation, and also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. Oh, before we go, before I forget, we got to give a big shout out to Ragin Nation Twitter follower. That would be Ragin Nation Twitter follower. What is his name? M Short 1986. M Short 1986. Thank you for following me. Thank you for being part of the Ragin Nation, and also thank you for sharing with me these cool photos of your creation of the Matrix of Leadership from Revenge of the Fallen. He made this himself. Check this out. This was made from scratch, and this is a Matrix of Leadership exactly like the one in Revenge of the Fallen. So very, very cool stuff. Keep up the good work and keep up the creativity, because I love it when people are able to just create things out of, you know, household items and just materials that you can, you know, you can find anywhere from your home. So very, very cool stuff, and it is in fact the Matrix of Leadership, and it looks just like the one from Revenge of the Fallen. So I just want to give a big shout out and thanks for sharing that with me. And there you have it. M Short 1986. Follow him on Twitter, and also don't forget to follow me. All right. Anyways, my name is Alex C. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for my next update, update number 28. We got more big announcements. All right. Peace. China isn't quite a substantial portion of the film will take place in China and Hong Kong. So pretty exciting stuff. So that kind of makes me wonder what kind of